Is Jerry lying? What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk. Right back. Like I never left, little late night CFT on a Friday. Y'all should be up. Now I gotta work tomorrow. Or do you? But listen, before I get into the content, let me go ahead and shout out my channel sponsor, Sleeper, for sponsoring this video. If you haven't done your picks, you got time. You can get your picks in. Sunday is coming. Like I keep telling you, go ahead and throw some of that on Dak Prescott. He gonna get you right, because the Bears secondary is weak.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code CFT. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Thank you, Sleeper, for sponsoring this video. Okay. This video will be a quick one. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. It's late. You know what I'm saying? Even though y'all, like I said, y'all off tomorrow, it shouldn't be a big deal. Is Jerry lying? Is Jerry Jones lying? Jerry's talking about he open for business and he's ready to upgrade his team. And I'll play the audio clip, the full clip for you in a second if you haven't already heard it over at 103.5 The Fan. It's a full interview. It's like 18 minutes. You can go over there and get the full video. I just took the one excerpt because that's the point of this video. I just want to know, like, is Jerry gaslighting us? The last 2 years have been kind of frustrating. I used to grab a Jerry Jones soundbite and be like, yeah, Jerry is giving us what we need to hear, and get excited and then bring it to y'all like, yo, Jerry said this is law. But now I'm about 50-50. I'm 50-50. I don't know what Jerry gonna do. I will give him this. Jerry Jones trading Micah Parsons took the whole Jerry won't do that, Jerry will do that, and flipped it on his head, because now I can't definitively say Jerry's not going to do or will do anything. My gut is telling me Jerry is just saying this stuff to keep us engaged, because more often than not, over the last, 30 years, but over the last like 5 years since I've been covering this team, doing my thing, content creating, Jerry just be talking. He don't get it done. He don't make big moves. Now, for the first time in a long time, he made a humongous move in trading away Micah Parsons for draft capital. But it's a futures move. It doesn't help the team now. Yes, Kenny Clark has been amazing. 2 sacks since he's been here. Very, very solidified, made our defensive tackle room the strength of our defense. That's how good Kenny Clark has been. But does it make this team better over per se? Because Micah's over there doing his thing. Let's not lie to each other. He is. And we haven't replaced that. So you just wonder, like, what is Jerry talking about? Is he just trying to piss us off? I'm going to let you hear what Jerry said, and then I want to discuss it on the fact of who I think can help this team. For real, like help this team. Not just making a trade to make a trade.
You talked about how you could take the trade capital from the Micah Parsons trade here on these airwaves before and acquire a player with it rather than waiting to draft. Would you consider yourself open for business in the defensive trade market?
Absolutely. I'm open for business, period, relative now that we have those extra picks, and we should be. And we'll operate with them judiciously. When we traded Herschel Walker, I basically traded a couple of I think a 2 for one of them for Alonzo Highsmith. And, boy, what a great player. What a great person he is. But my doctor said he was through. It was bone on his knee. Well, I still brought him in. Of course, he was through. He didn't play any because of that bone on bone. It couldn't be repaired. What it gave us was the opportunity to cut and shoot. And we did do some things that you wouldn't have done with the normal picks. That's how Charles Haley got here. I couldn't have done that if we'd been sitting there with regular picks. I did it because we had extra picks. I was able to trade them to San Francisco to get Haley. It was a risk. It was a real risk to bring in Charles Haley. But the rest is history. He helped us get those Super Bowls.
Look, it sounds good. What Jerry is saying is right. He should be open for business. When he says absolutely, yeah, you should be. You shouldn't hoard those. We're not rebuilding. You hoard those draft picks and you make those draft picks if you're just rebuilding. Keep one. One extra first round pick is a good enough draft capital to make a move, to make a 100% move. You want to move up for a quarterback, you got one extra first round pick. That means you can give up your 2 firsts for a year and give up another one. That's 3 first round picks. That should be able to get you to move up if you want to go get a quarterback. But you don't need all of them. You don't need all of them. And the reason why I put in my thumbnail somebody like a Trey Hendrickson, who is 30 years old, but is very effective at pass rushing. And before somebody says, but he's 30, I'm going to use a name that a person that I don't personally like, but that showed you that can play. Last year in the Super Bowl, I saw Brandon Graham, who was 36, 35, have an effect on that game. Literally have an effect on the Eagles' seasons the last 3 to 4, 5 seasons. At age 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Literally effective, game-changing sacks. Yes, 30s is not a death sentence in 2025 for a player to have effect. And before you say, but he's not Micah. Okay, I know. We're past that. We're trying to replace that production and maybe get something else out of it. Because if I told you I can give you Trey Hendrickson and Kenny Clark, yes, that production of those two is more than Micah Parsons. So before you ask, yes, I would trade a first round pick. I would trade the Packers' first round pick for Trey Hendrickson, and I would pay him. Maybe not 40, but I would go ahead and give him what he's getting this year and give him 30 next year. Yes, because Trey Hendrickson will go out there and probably get you more sacks than Micah Parsons. He's shown he can. No disrespect. Or disrespect. Take it how you want to. You ain't on my team no more. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, Trey Hendrickson would be the game changer. If I were to tell you, and I would send him Sam Williams or Dante Fowler, because they ain't gonna need a pass rusher to replace the they're getting their money. Hey, you gotta pay to play. You wouldn't have room for all of the edge rushers, so you send one. So send a second round pick and an edge rusher, first round pick and an edge rusher. Do your thing. But to bring Trey Hendrickson in, he would be 100% the best edge rusher on the team. But if we start the year where we're at, where we ended up with Trey Hendrickson and Clowney as our starting edge rushers, with Oso Digizua, right? And Kenny Clark, that's a dominant front. Now, before we get too excited, I ain't saying it's going to happen. I'm saying I would like it to happen. I don't know if Jerry and them got the cojones to do it. But I think that the Bengals are open for business. This season is a lost one. Trey Hendrickson probably wants to win. Send him over here. Y'all not going to re-sign him next year. Y'all was in a full life struggle contract battle with him. Send him over here. You know he fits the way the Cowboys would love to have a Trey Hendrickson. Like come on, let's not play no games. And then as far as Alvin Kamara would be concerned, the other person on the thumbnail, I just think that would give us an excellent 1-2 punch. I'm gonna be honest with you, Javonte Williams is running like RB1. So Kamara would be essentially RB2. But instead of waiting and praying and hoping that Jadon Blue comes and does what we want Kamara to do, or we would know Kamara would do already, we would let Jadon Blue develop, bring Kamara in for this year, push the chips, Trey Hendrickson and Kamara. I'm saying both. Like, ain't that what we trying to do? Why are we playing games? You can get Kamara for probably a fifth. Let's not play. You can get Kamara for a fifth. You go get Hendrickson for that extra first. And you really send a message to your locker room. That's what I'm saying. That, like the locker room that we done brought in, Clowney, Henderson, Kamara, we're trying to win. Ain't that what we trying to do? Ain't that the point of this thing? Let's stop playing games. You see how this offense is humming. Shore up this defense, make this running game a definitive strength with this passing game. Let's become a powerhouse. In 2 moves, giving up one first from this year, right? Give up the one first from this year, or a second in a player, and give up a fifth. And yeah, your draft ain't as deep as whatever. You can't just live on draft picks. So sometimes you gotta have some kahunas. Push your chips to the middle, and let's go after this. You know what I'm saying? This strong playoff push. But look, it's your boy, Mr. Roman. I was just thinking, like, yo, is Jerry lying? For one time in a long time, I just want to believe he's not. Go do it, Jerry. Go shock the world again, but actually bring in some talent and not just ship it off. I holla.